hope that this will go through unamended. Why is that? And just tell us what's going to happen over the next few hours and days.
Well, just to follow up on your very wise remarks just now, basically what will happen tonight is that these two important amendments will be voted on. I think it's unlikely they will go through because clearly the rebels will vote against them, but the bulk of the Conservative Party will vote. The rebels will vote for them. The bulk of the Conservative Party will vote for them, and the opposition will vote against them as well. So they're not likely to go through.
It's hard to predict numbers and so on, but if you get over this sort of magic number of about 28 people voting for the amendments from the Conservative Party, hypothetically, although it's unlikely, you could have at least some of those people voting against the main motion. This is a bit complicated, but essentially the main bill tomorrow. Do you think there's any real sense that the rebels have the numbers here in the House of Commons?
Well, I'm not sensing that, I have to say. And indeed, just because they vote for these amendments tonight doesn't necessarily mean they're going to vote against third reading tomorrow. Because why would they vote against third reading? Because that will wreck the bill. And they're trying to toughen up the bill. Why would they want to actually wreck the bill? So I am confident that we will get a third reading tomorrow. I don't know by how much. I'm also reasonably confident that it'll go through unamended to the House of Lords after that.
In terms of your own personal thoughts on this, do you think the bill works? Do you believe in it? Do you believe in the Rwanda plan?
Yes, I do. I think there's a very narrow landing strip, and it's this. Clearly, we've signed a treaty with Rwanda. That is allaying a lot of the fears of the Supreme Court that Rwanda is not a safe country. We've then restricted the rights of appeals, been quite a lot of debate this afternoon on rights of appeal, only to those people who will suffer serious and irreparable harm. And that seems to me the only grounds that they're likely to be able to make an appeal are on either serious health grounds, they've got a heart problem, you put them on a plane to Rwanda, they might die, or there's been a misidentity problem, in which case you're trying to send the wrong person to Rwanda. And I seem to think that we're not going to get the huge number of cases in the appeal tribunal that people are predicting. And it's an important part of the process, that too, because if the European Court of Human Rights sees that the English Parliament or the British Parliament has voted in favour of this bill, the British courts are not intervening, it will be then very much more difficult for them to intervene as well.
It's a fascinating political context to this because the Rwanda plan is obviously a controversial one. It's one that's tearing your party apart, quite frankly. What's interesting from Rishi Sunak's perspective, and also in the context of the big poll that came out a couple of days ago, it's been rubbish by a few people, but obviously there are lots of Conservative MPs, perhaps even ones with a huge majority that you have in the Cotswolds, worrying about their own position here. What's the mood of the Conservative Party? Because it seems to be very different things at the moment. There seems to be a very divided party. Are there people who feel the election, there might be a narrow path to victory in that, or is this really a sort of Norman Lamont style in office but not in power government?
So clearly the media are concentrating on the rebels on either side of this argument in the Conservative Party. Those on the right that want to toughen up the bill, those on the left that don't want to see the bill working at all. The vast bulk in the middle actually want to see this bill passed. They want to see flights to Rwanda to deter people coming across the very dangerous crossing in the Channel. So that's what this is all about. I think that once we've got this bill passed, the Conservative Party has always been a broad party. It will unite and heal together. And after all, even on this Rwanda issue, there was a lot of speculation in the media before second reading, and not a single person voted against it. So I'm anticipating that even if some voted against it tomorrow on third reading, not enough to wreck the bill.
As Sir Geoffrey Clifton-Brown says, every party is a coalition. Vanessa, and certainly we will see what happens both with those amendments tonight. We predict they'll fail, but of course we'll bring you all of the action here from the House of Commons on TalkTV tonight and indeed tomorrow on the crucial third reading of that bill. Back to you, Vanessa.